here is the South Block, which houses important ministries like the Defense Ministry, the External Affairs Ministry, and a little straight down there is the Prime Minister's office. Over here is the North Block, which has important ministries like Finance, like the Home Ministry. All this is going to become a thing of the past. But it is going to be now etched in memory as far as a new museum which is coming up over here. Yuge Bharat Museum, that's the name. So what is going to happen is the North Block and the South Block are going to be combined into one bigger museum, and it is actually going to have huge floors, like 4 floors. What we are told is 17.5 lakh square meters. That's going to be the area. And then, of course, there is going to be 950 rooms over here. The entire purpose of this museum is to capture India's civilization journey, India's journey of history into this particular museum. Now, into this museum, as we are talking about 5,000 years of India's civilization, it's going to talk about our history, and it is actually going to replace what we all know as a National Museum. The National Museum is on the Kartavya Path, which is all a part of the Central Vista project, and the National Museum is now going to be removed, and all its relics is going to be brought over here at the larger museum which is going to be set up over here. It is something on the lines of, say, the British Museum, but only it's going to be larger, more ambitious and richer, I would say, because India's civilization history is much, much richer. But it's going to be interactive like the British Museum is, where people can use audio visuals. They're going to, they can walk through there and they are going to interact. There will be guides there. There are going to be many apps where you can actually want to know about India's culture, about civilization. So what happens from here is, and this is going to be taking quite some time because the work has still to be built, and also there is inputs being taken in from the nodal centers across the country, also from French. This is a part of the MOU we signed with France, so as to get their expertise from their museum as well. Now at the National Museum, which we know, we see it's a treasure trove of India's history and civilization. All of this is going to be a part of this particular museum. The National Museum as it exists, remember it was set up in 1955, and that as it exists is going to become a part of the larger narrative of the Kartavya Path. And we know that the Kartavya Path, like deep down over here, which was inaugurated as a part of the Central Vista project, that National Museum will slowly become a part of that Kartavya Path, and over here that grand museum will come up. Why are we talking about it? Because the Prime Minister made a reference to it when he inaugurated the new ITPO building, the Pragati Maidan as we call it over here, which again was a spectacular grand show where he gave a lot of credit to the workers, to the Shramjeevis. All of that is what he talked about, India's, or rather one of the world's largest museum. So it's one of very ambitious project. There was a showcasing of it done at the Pragati Maidan recently as a part of the as a part of an exhibition. But we got a kind of a sneak peek into what it can possibly look like, or rather I would say what is it that it is going to contain. And I just mentioned to you audio visual. There are going to be apps. It's going to be interactive. People can go there, ask questions. Experts' comments will be there. Experts are also going to be there, so that we come to know about India's civilization. And those Culture Ministry sources are saying the name has yet to be finalized, but more or less the Prime Minister has pinned his heart on this particular name, and it's called the Bharat Museum to capture India's rich cultural heritage as well. Just to do a quick recap for many of you, what exactly the North and the South Block is. It's part of this grand area over here. You can see the Rashtrapati Bhavan right over there, the Rashtrapati Bhavan. And this is what is called the North Block area, as I just mentioned, the important ministries. And then, of course, we have the South Block also over here, again other important ministries. So it is going to be converted into a larger museum. We have been seeing work which has been carrying on. The entire purpose is not to dismantle India's heritage or the landscape, but also making it a part of history. So it's a part of a larger grand project which the Prime Minister has envisaged, and this is going to take obviously a couple of years to build, but it's a work in progress. The designs are still being finalized, and for this inputs are being taken both from many Indian architects and those who are well versed with the whole museum concept, and of course as a part of that MOU which we signed with France.